Step one.
Yeah, okay.
Pick where to pitch a tent.
There's lots of snow. This is a hill.
Guys, I'm standing on it.
We don't want to pitch our tent here. Now, Mr. Ball is clever. Pitch it on top, he says. Let's pitch it on. Follow Mr. Ball.
A prime example of a good scout.
He will show us where to pitch tent.
It looks like he's onto something.
Up the hill.
This is a good spot, Mr. Ball. Very much so.
Now, why is this a good spot?
Well, as you can see, well, if it wasn't snowing, we'd be looking to go. We could pitch down there with some shelter from the wind, which is blowing in this direction from the forest.
Wind blow, wind blow, wind blow, wind, 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 wind blow, wind blow, wind blow, wind blow, blow, wind, wind blow, wind, wind blow, blow, wind blow, wind blow, wind blow, wind blow, wind, wind blow.
Lots of young scouts come to me nowadays with this theory that you lose heat to the air, but actually the majority of your heat loss is from ground beneath you. So it'd be a lot more sensible to pitch on ground with less snow, which is therefore warmer.
Oh, I got it!
That is your typical scout. Loving fire.
That is a good scout.
You're gonna edit all this out, aren't you? No.
Step two, take out tent.
Josh, this is how you take out the tent.
My hands are quite cold actually. It's probably.
Here is a tent.
Don't kick the tent.
Keep going, Chelsea.
Open the tent.
What's your thoughts on this, Mr. Neal?
I think he's done it wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, the first thing to do is to lay out the ground sheet, because if you lay out the fly sheet on the wet ground, then your fly sheet's going to get wet, and then you'll have a wet tent, and then you'll get wet. And that's not fun. Alan approves.
Make tent frame. You must connect the right poles.
No, I meant to say.
Words with Mr. Ball. Do 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 do.
This is an A-frame shown by the A. So if your frame is not making an A, you've done something wrong. Yeah, and you'll probably end up as an APL. Yeah. Not a PL in year 10, which is embarrassing.
So what are APLs, Mr. Ball?
Do we have some examples of APL?
APLs are creatures such as, well, these names are quite notorious, I don't dare repeat them, but mutton, Mackay,
Mr. Niho, would you
Javid, Bell. I can hardly speak their names.
Mr. Neal, do you have any examples of an APL creature?
Duffy.
Look, there's a robin.
The days of Duffy and the Otter Patrol.
Oh god.
Mr. Pike.
Mr. Pike. You know what?
He's pulling that weapon away from my face.
Words with Mr. Ball. Do 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 do.
I think we should start this again, because we've done it wrong. We have had one shot pissing about. Now we must do it correctly.
Scout hike and you've just covered like 1,000k. So like, just like a typical first day. And you might have done a few like K2s or maybe a Kilimanjaro. You want to be getting your tent up. Quite quickly. Circulate
Especially if it's this hot.
Yeah, especially if it's cold. I mean, these are subarctic conditions. I mean, look how cold my ears are.
Yeah.
Right,
So you should bring emergency rations,
let's do it again.
such as.
Tent is upside down.
I don't think you can show that. It's a
have
bit
now
of a
done
stereotype.
Oh dear.
Mr.
This is
Shaw,
not a successful
put tent
video.
away,
Put tent away.
and we shall start again.
Are we changing sides?
Because up there it's cold, because it's on the hill and the wind blows. And where the wind blows, it's cold. So we're going down here because it's lower.
It is sheltered by this wall.
Actually, that's a fence.
Fence.
We decided not to get a tent at all. We bought a house.
Yeah, if you're on that part.
First thing to do when you're putting up a force tent, after you've got it out of the bag, is to put it on the pole. Because if you get out the canvas and it's lying around and it's raining, then you'll have a wet tent. Mr. Shaw is going to show you how to put it on the pole.
First, you need to get yourself a pole bag with some poles in it.
I'm more used for the Vango Banshee, which is a tent I can really recommend. It's very spacious.
Marketing ploy.
It's got room for several people. And Vango Banshee, look at that. Alright, where's our A-frame?
We have an A-frame here with one of these pieces to hold it together.
Poles go together.
Through the hole in the top.
Complete.
So, we've got a frame. And if you're lucky, you've got a good force tent. It'll stand up on its own.
There aren't any good.
What are you doing here, Mr. Ball?
It's very wobbly. Shows you if you like a. Oh no, it will slide. So ideally, and by the way, Year 7s, we will obviously spend billions of pounds on requesting tents to come make summer camp. So you won't be contending with these, don't worry. We'll be using the finest banshees.
Trillions.
Trillions. Yeah.
So, the next step.
I'll hold this and we'll put the canvas on.
Put in the inner. Unless it's raining. It depends on the weather, what you do next. Basically. If it's raining, then... Wait, forget all that. Because it depends on whether you've got a broken tent or not. If you have a working tent, and it's raining, then you put the fly sheet on first. Because then you can get under it, and put the inner in. If it's fine weather, then it doesn't matter, so it's chill. The top of each corner will have something like this. On the older ones it's a metal clip, but this one's got a plastic one. So, as it's not raining, we can put the inner up first. So let's put the inner in this. Let's attempt to put the inner in this onto this frame. My end, where I have a working clip, I will clip the clip through the hole in the A-piece, like so. Then the tent falls down. At this point, you must make sure you hold your tent up. We have the right size tent, but unfortunately, it's broken. If you take the camera to the other end, you will be able to see the catastrophe that we face.
Oh dear.
For the purposes of this video, Albert is going to hold the tent in place. You will get a working tent, but unfortunately, some of them don't work. But we don't take these to camp, so don't worry. We do take these to camp. So the next thing you do is you find the corner pieces, and they've all got pieces of elastic on like this, and you hook these onto the feet in the corner. So if you guys hook the elastic on the corner of the other feet, make sure you get the right elastic, because
at the back of the tent, there's this end, which comes out here. So you don't want to hook these ones onto there. You hook those ones onto there, and then you peg these ones out. So once we've got this last foot on, Gibbs is struggling. Depending on the weather conditions, you can sometimes get away with not pegging in every single bit of the tent. But if it's going to be windy, or if there's a slight chance it's going to be windy, you should peg in all these elastic bits around the inner. The next thing to everyone's run away. People, we've got a tent to pitch here. No, okay. This is also what happens in Scouts. Everyone runs away except one person. Grab it. Guys, we got video to film. Come here.
Alright, let's go.
So Joe and Alex have the fly sheet. Hang on. Hang on.
Yeah.
Important information. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're not going to peg it all out because we're cold and we want to go inside. But if you don't peg out your tent in the real conditions, it will blow away. That's another way you're going to get cold. Don't let your tent blow away.
Especially if you ever go on, I mean, I know the year expedition in the past, they went to the Canadian tundra last year, and then they forgot to pick up their tent. And in the middle of the night, a polar bear came across the tent, and they hadn't pegged it out because they thought it was an alright night. The polar bear knocked their tent over into the freezing Barents Sea, and some killer whales.
Right by the sea. They didn't pick a good camping spot like we did.
Basically, when putting the fly sheet on, you need to make sure that the zip side corresponds to the zip on the inner here. So as you can see, I carefully checked to make sure that this zip is on the right side. If you do push the zip wrong, you won't be able to get in your tent. You need to push the outer.
You also need to make sure that you get it the right way out, which the ball is failing to do. It's like it's nothing. As you can see, it's windy and the tent is blowing away. But once we've turned it the right way around, and then there's little eyelets in the top of the fly sheet, like here.
Got it, Gibbs?
I got all your listeners.
The spike on the A piece goes
Yeah.
through the eyelet, like that.
So?
And then your fly sheet's on. Then you pull your fly sheet out, and all these little pieces here with the elastic on, you peg out. You need to pull out your fly sheet as far as it'll go, because if your inner is touching your fly sheet, then the water can get straight through. So you've got to make sure there's a gap between. Also, on the inside of the fly sheet, on some of the tents, there's a clip to clip the inner to the fly sheet. So you should also do that, like that. Then you peg out your tent. You make sure that you pull out this far end so that it comes right out there. And then you've got a tent. Make sure it looks nice, and usually if it looks nice, it's pitched right, because it's not designed to look rubbish. So, well, maybe these were, I don't know.
Now
But,
the core of the inside.
if you pitch it and it looks nice, then it's probably right.
And this is the suite.
If you wake up in the morning and you're soaked, you did it wrong. That is the demonstration of how to put up a tent. You simply reverse the putting up process. First take off the fly sheet, then take off the inner, then put away the poles, then fold up the fly sheet and the inner, and then put it in the back.
Let's do the tape again, but in reverse.
So, as Alex is putting the poles away, which is fairly simple, so we're not going to tell you how to do it, we're going to show you how to fold up the fly sheet. So the first thing to do is to find the top where the two eyelets are and hold it like that. Then, if you grab the bottom and pull it out, you've got a trapezium shape, like this. And then, if the ground's dry enough, it should be alright like this, because we'll be fairly quick. We put it down like that.
Well, formula of a trapezium, Mr. Nihal?
A plus B times H over 2. That's for the area of a trapezium, not just forage. Yeah. So you know. Anyway, we're laying it down, man. Right. And then make sure it's folded in half properly.
Are you sure it's not half A plus BH?
What?
Are you sure it's not half A plus BH?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
It's half brackets A plus BH.
That's
what I just said.
What you just said.
Yeah, which is the same as A plus BH over 2.
Yeah, it is.
Then you fold this in half.
Anyway, yeah.
That's it.
Half A plus BH. That comes up on the Year 9 exam. Question 13B. So
then-
revise that, kids, and don't
Shut
fail.
up! I'm trying to fold up the flat sheet and I'm cold. Then you fold in the triangular bit. Then, what shape is this, Mr. Ball?
Rectangle.
We have a rectangle.
Area of rectangle equals. Wait a minute.
Quadrilateral.
L times H.
Or just A times B, depending on what you want to call it. But anyway, I'm cold. Then, you get your bag.
Pythagoras
Measure it.
theorem, as shown by the triangle, you should
Measure it. Because if
A
it's
squared
too
plus
long,
B
it won't
squared
go in the
equals C
bag.
squared.
So, then you can pull it in a bit and make a smaller rectangle.
Formula for a smaller
Yay.
rectangle.
Now Mr. Ball is going to show you how to fold the inner.
Right, inner folding. Whilst folding the inner, you need to always make sure
When you did that.
that none of the inner is touching the ground sheet. Because otherwise your inner gets wet and someone like near you will go skits when you get back to camp. Because I'll be in charge of that duty and not one of the easier ones, I imagine.
Yo, he's stealing my duty. That's my job.
Yeah, I know, but like, this is for like future generations. In 50 years, I'll be watching this. It's like a film that won like 5 Oscars. Right. So always remember when you're folding the inner, the green, and this is just a force stem, the green ground sheet should be on the ground,
Hence ground sheet.
hence ground sheet, and if it's raining, you'll want to put this in the tent.
Mr. Shaw has failed.
This is not good. I must take this out.
What sort of standard is this, Mr. Ball?
This is not good. It will not do.
This is abominable.
Who? What? How?
Mr. Shaw,
Has anyone seen Alan
Wait, pause. I need to delete one more thing.
The pyromania.
Alright, go quick. We've got 1 minute.
We got 1 minute.
Guys, on this pace because it's raining. Alright. First thing you do when it's raining on the ground is you get it folded over so it doesn't get any more wet. So it's like that. Gibbs, you take the other end. Then you do the old end manoeuvre, which was devised by Napoleon in the 17th Manchester. Basically, you should only fold it a third of the way, not half. And you come over a third of the way. Calvin, do you know how to roll it?
Rolling.
rolling.
I swear he sang that the other day.
With good weather, you would do the fat man roll, where you get a fat man to roll on it.
You only got 30 seconds.
This gets all the air out of it. What we do? So, hey, put this on the ground. Put the fly sheet on top of it. So the ground sheet, and then you roll it. Then you roll it, so the ground sheet is on the outside, like this, with the poles in the middle.
And the peg.
Like, yay! Now we have a roll. Then you put it in the bag. Then you put the pegs in the bag. Mr. Shaw and Mr. Gibbs will demonstrate.
You got 10 seconds to put it in.
Do it.
Hurry up. Oh, maybe a bit more, I hope. It says it's still recording, but it's like flashing.
Right, we've got no time left, guys.
It's fine.
No time. Come on. Race against the clock.
Put the pegs in as well.
Now tent is in bag. Put peg.
Twiddly-dee, twiddly-dee. They're running out. They're running out. They're running out of batteries. No batteries.